And oil prices continue on an upward trajectory as investors wait for U.S. sanctions on Iran to kick in come November. As you can see, NYMEX there at $67 per barrel mark and Brent at that $77.96 per barrel mark. Now, since sanctions on Iran will lead to a void in the market, the United States has been repeatedly requesting other nations to hike supply while also asking its allies to stop purchasing oil from Iran. Manisha Gupta is here to help us assess the impact of these sanctions. Manisha, the sanctions in focus will come into effect on the 4th of November, but we are already seeing a decline in shipments from Iran.
Oh, well, absolutely. And for a country like ours, where we depend on nearly 80 to 85% on import dependence, everything that happens in the international markets has to be watched quite keenly. With the crude oil prices trading at a 3-week highs and the Iran sanctions looming strong, it is important to see on what numbers or what shift do we really see in sense of supply and demand in the global markets there. So while the deadline, of course, is on 4th of November, but we already have seen a decline in Iran exports to various countries or the consumers that they have had for such a long time. If you look at the exports, they have declined by nearly 28% and stand at around 2 million barrels per day for the month of August, which actually has been the lowest since March 2016. That was the time when Iran actually had started exporting yet again after those sanctions were uplifted. With them coming back, we already are seeing the decline coming up to those previous levels already. Remember, it was in the month of April that US had started talking about sanctions on Iran. So we are looking at numbers from that time itself. If you look at France and Korea, which have been the major importers actually for the Iran crude, there has been no shipments since the month of June. April, that is the time when US started talking. The European countries also have seen a decline in imports from Iran, and that decline has been up to 40%. Take a look at Asia, because that, of course, is one of the biggest markets for many of these producer countries. China has seen a decline of around 36% from the month of July. And India, even as it is looking at a waiver in sense of time or quantity that it can look at Iran imports, has seen a decline of nearly 45% in sense of shipments from the month of July.